Hi! We're gonna review Moonlight.
Yeah.
What was it you said after the movie was over?
So that was a really good movie, but I don't know how we're gonna review it because I have nothing in my life to compare to that. Nothing.
Dave, we're the perfect people to review
Yes.
this movie.
Yes.
We grew up on the streets.
we grew up poor, black, gay, and in Miami.
So what you're saying is there's this. Wouldn't it be great if by the end of this movie it turned out it was just a giant backstory for Omar from The Wire? Oh my god! Did not see that twist coming.
Not at all.
Very much approve. This movie is this is a great film, but like this movie is kind of like somebody went to go see Boyhood and was like, this doesn't speak to me.
I was thinking the same thing. Like first 10 minutes in, I was like, the swimming scene. Actually, I was like,
yeah.
Okay, so it's African American Boyhood. That seems like a racist comparison, David.
It touches upon many things that Boyhood didn't.
Crack,
bullying,
crack,
more crack, flip phones, pagers,
crack.
but with different actors though when they age.
They're like, no, we're not taking that amount of time. Fuck that shit.
We want to get this done in a few months.
Link letter. Jesus.
Bullying, sexuality, all that stuff.
Crack.
It's this generation's Clockers. But without the murder mystery.
Jesus.
No, in terms of many things, this is going to get some recognition at the Oscars.
As it should. Like,
the mom, especially.
all the acting in it, I thought was. I mean, some people are obviously better than others, but the woman who played the mother was incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a very unpredictable film. I actually never saw a trailer for this. But going into it, when it starts out where our main character is a little kid, basically the movie is we're tracing this.
It's in 3
youth,
chapters.
Yeah, from being, probably 8, 9 to teenager, then to adulthood. And when we first see him, he's in this just abandoned crack house. There's pipes on the ground and everything like that. And then he's found by what's his name from Luke Cage?
I'm gonna mispronounce it. Mahershala Ali.
Yeah, from Luke Cage, House of Cards, and anyway, he starts kind of having this bonding relationship with this dude. And at first, you're thinking like, okay, he's gonna get in with this probably bad guy right here, but then who
is a drug dealer.
He is a drug dealer, but he's gonna get in with this bad drug dealer, and then like he has a good relationship with his mom, but no, it's actually quite the opposite. His mom is terrible. His mom is a horrific fucking mother, and the drug dealer is the best parental figure he has in his life at this point.
Yeah, that was a weird little twist.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that
in a way. Like it humanized all the characters perfectly. I think it set the stage.
It humanized the characters perfectly because when you have a character in this who's a drug dealer like that guy, and then by the end of the movie, our lead character. It gives context to why this happened.
Yeah,
it pretty much spells it out for you. Exactly why this character ended up in this place. Yeah. It does it realistically. It doesn't do it cartoonishly. It doesn't do it stereotypically or anything like that. In the first part of the film, we're kind of dealing with him. We're seeing him deal with how shitty his home life is and how shitty his mom is and how much he does want to be around the drug dealer dude. And then in high school, then dealing with his sexuality because he's gay. And also dealing with bullying, which leads to an amazing scene where it goes into prison rules, where he just cracks the fucking kid on the back with a goddamn chair.
It was pretty awesome.
Good,
It was
good
really,
for you, kid.
It was really satisfying too, because like
It really
through
was.
the rest of that segment, you're kind of like I feel for you, man. You're in a bad place.
Yeah.
People are giving you shit. You're gay. You don't know how to deal with it. Your mom's a fucking crackhead.
Yeah.
Like, all right,
Take a chair and break it over that kid's back.
yeah.
Do it. Fucking do it, man. Go for it. If that was my kid, I would say, like, you done good.
Yeah. No, well done.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Why didn't you hit him with another chair?
Yeah. Never mind the other teachers tackling you. Pick up the other chair. There's plenty to choose from. If someone's sitting in it, knock them over. And then apologize later. When it got to the scene where they're in the diner at the end, probably the best scene in the movie, honestly. In a movie that has a lot of great scenes in it. When it started playing Hello Stranger on the jukebox, did you also start thinking about Cheap?
Yeah, a little bit. Okay. But it's one of those songs that's like...
A great song.
I love that song.
I do too.
And it was one, not the song I expected, because they're building up like he's going to play this song for him.
Yeah. Bust out some Barbara Lewis.
Not the song I expected, but perfect.
Oh, wildly perfect.
Yeah.
So the song starts playing and it's Hello Stranger. I goddamn love that song. So in my head, I'm like, hey, you don't hear that in movies very often. Then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I can think of one movie it plays in. If you haven't seen the movie we did called Cheap, let me just say that song is also in that movie under wildly different circumstances.
Yeah. Not nearly as touching.
Yeah, it plays it in this. It's a beautiful song. It plays it in this, and it's one of the best moments in the movie. It is, like you just said, a very touching scene. Meanwhile, I've also got, like, our movie Cheap playing in my head, which has Max Force's wife getting a fetus ripped out of her while the song is playing. With Nick in a rubber blackface mask on. I have tried so hard to find those masks.
I wonder why they don't make them anymore.
Not even that, like, not that I'm looking for somewhere that still makes them, but the ones that we used in the movie, like literally the ones we used in the movie, like the actual ones that we painted over and everything, like those have been lost forever. But like the actual ones we got from the party tree here in town that you painted eyes on, really, that was the only difference. You just painted eyes on them and that was it. It already started out kind of racist looking.
Yeah, they were cucumbers.
They were cucumbers.
And Brad shows up at my house.
Yeah.
You know what I need you to do, right?
Yeah, I think you know what needs to be done here. Where did you get that? Party tree! When Nick and I were at the party tree, I saw those on the thing and I was like, do you see what I see? And so I have tried hard to go on like eBay or Google anywhere and just typing in like rubber spa mask, rubber mud mask, Halloween rubber mask. Nothing shit. It's like those masks only existed in one brief period of time, and Nick and I found the only two that were ever made. They had rubber band, like it covered just the front part of your face, and there were rubber bands on it that basically just hooked around your ears. And we made perfect use of apparently the only two that ever existed.
Moments in time.
Yeah, 2004. So it's nice that song is now in a much more tender moment in a film than what we did with it. Fuck.
Horrible things. Anyway, back to the movie we saw.
Back to the movie we saw, not the exploitation movie we made.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say other than I honestly think this was one of the best movies I've seen so far this year.
I'm gonna steal your review from once the movie ended, where you just went, that was emotional. I concur.
Yes. Yeah.
No, I'm glad we're getting more movies like this here in Springfield now. We're getting more like this and less the bombardment of religious movies, bad religious movies, but on the flip side of that, damn, those reviews bring us a lot of hits.
Yeah, they do. like 8 people are gonna watch this, and
meanwhile, our review of God's Not Dead 2 is, I think, the most watched midnight screenings on YouTube. Like 200, 300,000 hits or something like that. Oh, wow. It got dark out.
Oh. There we go.
This, I don't know, but you should go see this review. I don't know how many hits it'll get. Probably not as many as God's Not
8.
Dead 2.
I'm sticking with 8.
8, just 8 people will watch this one. Oh, man.
Yeah, it was probably good. It's fine.
Yeah, they probably liked it. Whatever. No, they'll see you in the thumbnail and think, oh, Dave hates everything.
You just... I'll give you...
That's the still shot right there. Now people are gonna click on it just so they'll think you hate it.
There'll be comments about me hating it before they even watch the review.
One of the funniest comments that we got on a movie like this is when Matthew and I reviewed The New Birth of a Nation, and we recommended it. We were kind of lukewarm towards it, but we recommended it. And someone in the comments who was upset that we didn't give it a 4 out of 4 star review wrote a comment that said something like, "This is what white supremacy looks like." Film brain being lukewarm towards Birth of a Nation.
Could it be that it was a movie that only deserved a lukewarm response?
No, dude. White supremacy.
No, we were kind of having that conversation a few minutes ago before we started the review of, the whitewashing of the Oscars that there were so many complaints about last year. And, to a degree, yes, it's true. I would very much love to see more people of color get nominated and get more real movies that aren't, just people playing thugs and gangsters and shit. But at the same time, you look at the movies that people were complaining about not getting nominated specifically last year, like Selma and Straight Outta Compton. And quite frankly, I've seen both those movies. And compared to a lot of the other things that got nominated, they quite frankly didn't deserve fucking nominations.
Well, Straight Outta Compton got screenplay, but, I didn't see either of those movies. Irving and Brian saw Straight Outta Compton, and I didn't see Selma. But
Straight Outta Compton was good. So was Selma. They weren't bad movies.
One that really should have, though, was, for actor and maybe even picture too, was Idris Elba and Beasts of No Nation.
I won't disagree about that. Was that possibly one of those weird Oscar rules because it was a Netflix thing?
No, it wasn't a rule. It was, but I think it may have been a touch snobbery on that part. Maybe they didn't necessarily want to make that a regular thing. That's something
that could be. That would open the floodgates for it. I could really see that. But
yeah, but it did. It didn't break. It wasn't against the rules because it did show in some theaters.
Right.
But I think that was kind of the idea there, that they were like, open the floodgates towards Netflix stuff. But
and it would. It really would. But at the same time, if something's that good and that deserving,
which that one was.
Yeah, and that's one of those things that wasn't made for Netflix. It was made and Netflix picked it up.
Yeah.
So I
saved your life. I saved your life.
Yeah.
It's a great fucking movie, man.
Well, because the way things are heading now, too, everything's going straight to video on demand almost immediately as soon as it's released in theaters a lot of times.
Sometimes.
Yeah. That's the way things are heading.
A lot of the smaller movies.
Yeah.
A lot of the smaller movies are, but, we'll always be here in theaters seeing whether it's this or Office Christmas Party, which is tomorrow. Any final thoughts about this movie?
If it sounds up your alley, go... It's not a summer blockbuster. It's not an action movie. It's an art movie. It really is. It's an art movie.
Gorgeously shot film, too.
Yeah, but it's a brilliant movie. And if it sounds up your alley at all, definitely go see it.
Yeah, definitely find a theater and go check this one out. I highly recommend it.
This is one of those things that deserves support.
See it.